Hey there everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Matt, and we're continuing the playthrough of King's Quest VI, the AGI remake on my Laser Turbo XT. So we're playing this through on the original hardware as it was back in the 80s, and so far it has been playing through flawlessly, except for a couple of little weird things like in the pawn shop, but that may also be happening DosBox for all I know. But in terms of the actual hardware, it doesn't seem to be causing any issues. Where we left off last time is we got to the Isle of Wonder here. We've tricked the, well, they call the Guardians, but in the original game they were dwarves. In this game they're more like ogres because they're kind of huge. But now let's venture off into the jungle and see what we can find. So here's the swamp. Let's just do a look around. The Isle of Wonder swamp oozes with muck, moss, and mud. Crickets and frogs sing an endless serenade, and the green filtered light adds to the sense of the dampness here. There is a milkweed growing at the base of the tree. So we also have a bump on the log and a stick in the mud, but we'll worry about them a little bit later. Take bottle. So we grab a bottle. Oh, there's the dog barking at us. Apparently the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close. Okay. Let's go through to the little garden here in the west. Oh, that's very pretty. Okay. So here, if we do a look around, Alexander is standing in a delectable garden. Nestled in the bright green grass are colourful plants growing in orderly clusters. Some of the curious faces peer up at Alexander from the sides of the path. The garden ends at a speckled gate. There is an iceberg lettuce near the centre of the garden. There is a rotten tomato at the bottom of the tomato vine. There are baby tears on the left side of the garden. There is a hole in the wall. So exactly the same as the original. So we need to take the rotten tomato. Hey, what do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off me. Hey. Alexander picks up the rotten tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato. We'll take the iceberg. Let's just... Great. You gads, that is cold. Okay. Now the baby tears we don't need just yet. So we'll leave that as it is. Oh, there's the flowers of some description. Those snapdragons don't like Alexander getting so close. Now the hole in the wall is probably going to run away when I try and take him. Alexander decides to pick up the hole in the wall. A hole in the wall could be a very useful thing. Eek! Alexander startled the poor thing. It's run off to hide behind the wallflowers. Okay. So we can't do much about that yet. We've got to come back and play some music. And then we'll be good. And in here, if we open the gate... there should be a giant chessboard. Checkmate. Only chess pieces are allowed in chessboard land. That's right. Humans aren't allowed in and never will be. Stay out. Now normally the king and the queen piece, here they come. So I'm thinking from here we get a lump of coal or something like that. One of them leaves their scarf, I remember that much. Okay, let's just see. I must insist, Your Highness, I shall send the lump of coal to the Alhazard and the princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it. And I suppose you'll leave me with the only stupid spoiled egg to send. Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal. Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession, therefore I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg. Egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get this coal too. That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should just get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen. It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers. Okay. Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us? Which of us should get to carry the coal, and which the egg? Remember, what is the colour of deserving truth and virtue? Be quiet, Your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper and not even mention the fact that red is the colour of love. I'm sorry, Your Majesties. I am partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal. Well, he was a lot of help, wasn't he? Yes, obviously a man of high intelligence. Okay, so now we get the scarf. So what we need to do is we need to come back here. I couldn't quite remember the sequence. The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colours. And we get another lump of coal, which we give them. Oh, hang on. That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything. Being much too self-conscious, white is the perfect accompaniment to any colour. So yeah, we give them another lump of coal and they give us the spoiled egg, which we need for the sulphur. Okay, so now we have the scarf. That's all we can do for here for now. Okay. So we got the rotten tomato. The baby's tears we don't need yet because we need to put them in a vessel of some kind. I think we put it straight into the teacup. The teacup's not here yet. So, can't remember what triggers the teacup to appear. I think it's either you just go back on the screen. No. I think we've got to trigger the sequence of events for the optimal ending before that will appear. So we're going to just leave that for now. Now we have enough stuff to get us to the Isle of the Beast, or at least a little way onto it. So let's use the map. Isle of the Beast, number 3. Alright, here we are. There's a squirrel over there, which we don't need to worry about. It's kind of cool. Now this should have the boiling water, which it does. Let's do a save here. Alright, so just for fun, this is not going to end well, but let's walk into the boiling water. Alexander decides to brave the boiling pond. Soon realises the deep sympathy for soup vegetables as he learns the true meaning of being in a stew. Alright, so we're back to the land of the dead. Tickets, please. Looks like Alexander's in a bit of a stew. Alright, so let's do this properly. So we've got the iceberg lettuce, which will cool things down. Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable. Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond. Ouch! The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bath water. So now we can take this lamp. Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp. Now if we look at the lamp, that's great. The lamp is empty. Okay, I was going to say open the lamp. So yeah. All right. Now we don't need the lamp for a while. I should probably need to save it. We only saved it then. We need to trade the lamp to the peddler, but we need to know what the lamp looks like that we need to trade for. Now, as I recall, I didn't see it last time the genie flashed in. Oh, what was it? It was after the genie left the pawn shop. I might have to go back and review the footage, but I don't remember seeing the lamp. Anyway, as Alexander continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched. Come on over and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you. He's just there to scare you. No, he's not. So that archer at the top, you see the bow's drawing back as I get closer. Come on through, I say. I can show you a path through the forest. Now the trick to this is we just need to get close enough. I believe that's a brick on the ground. Still look around. The path through the woods runs through a gated wall here. 2 stone statues stand guard on the gate's lintels. To the north, a path continues through a hedge of roses and a dainty gazebo. There is a brick laying on the ground. There is a statue with a bow and an arrow pointed straight at Alexander. There are roses near the gazebo. A pleasant-looking middle-aged man is busy tending a small garden just past the wall. So again, we need to take the brick. Look, there's no point in hanging out here all day. I can show you the wondrous castle that lies in the middle of the island. Don't be so timid. So we're going to take the brick. And again, just for fun, because this is a fan game and no one's explored it probably to the limits just yet. Let's see what happens when we walk through. Haha, got you this time. It's pretty funny, the arrow just kind of falls vertically, but... Alright. So that is that. We'll be at the land of the dead again, I've got a feeling. Can we skip this? No, that's a bit annoying. Okay. So that's enough of playing around with this. Let's go back to what we should be doing. Alright, restore number 10. Oh. Did I break it? Nope, there it is. Just takes a while to load. Okay. So he's going to disappear. That's odd. The gardener just disappeared. Because that's the genie. Alright, so what have we got from here? We've got a brick and we've got a lamp. Now, I think. Let's go back to the land of, or the castle, the Isle of the Crown, I should say. Alright, so we want the Isle of the Crown. So that's number 4. Okay, so the main reason I'm going back here is we're going to need to trade our nightingale for something else. Oh, this is really annoying. So there's the nightingale up in the tree. We need to get that nightingale down. So obviously I'm doing something wrong here. Maybe I've got to be further away. No. Drop Nightingale. Oh, come on. This can't be that hard. She sings the most beautiful song Alexander's ever heard. That doesn't help me. Okay, we've got to wind it. Alexander winds the mechanical nightingale and places it on the ground. The mechanical nightingale sings a sweet tinny tune. The real nightingale in the tree cocks her head and listens intently. The nightingale flies to a lower branch and looks at Alexander curiously, as if she were deciding that this human might not be so bad. Excellent. So now that we've done that, let's give it a save. And we can trade a couple of things now. Alright, so... Oh, the lamp peddler's not here. Oh, I guess it's random. Open door. Your candy dish is empty. I'm sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Someone has eaten them all. Then get some more, then. I fear that is impossible. Without the ferry, I can no longer get imports from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown. Oh, I hate not getting what I want. I think the mint extract's from the... it's where the winged ones are, whatever isle that is. Isle of the Sacred Mountain. Because we can actually get some peppermint from there later on. So now I believe if we trade, we can trade the pearl. I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring? I've never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly, you can have your ring back. I'm glad you didn't sell it. I'm a bit attached to it, I'm afraid. Of course you are. You'd be cold-hearted if you felt any differently. I'm happy to see a family heirloom back with its rightful owner. Fantastic. Now, we don't need the nightingale anymore, so we can trade that in. Let's see. Mechanical nightingale. Uh-oh. Alright, looks like I broke it again. So it appears that... Oh, now the nightingale's back on the bench too. Looks like any time you trade with the map... did I end up getting anything back? So I've got my ring back. I've got the map, so that's good. It looks like any time... Oh, did I get my coin back? Uh-oh. That may have broken it. Let's just see. Looks like any time that you trade the map, you have to exit here and come back in. Otherwise it breaks it. Okay. Hopefully I can get my stuff back. Otherwise the restore point is not that far away. Because yeah, the nightingale's now back on the table and I don't think I've got my coin. So this could get interesting. Yeah, sugar. Okay. So yeah, we got nothing to trade. So that is a bug you need to watch out for if you're playing this. So even when I hit escape, it kind of goes back to the magic map. So there's something odd going on here. So let's just back this up a little bit and I will return once I've fixed everything up. Okay, and we're back. So I've run into an issue here where basically I can trade the pearl back for my ring, no problems. But no matter what I do, whether I leave the room or whatever, I can't trade the nightingale for another object. So at the moment I've just left it as is. I've still got the nightingale. Let's just play on a little bit and then we'll sort of circle back and we'll see if it fixes itself later. I also tried trading the nightingale first before trading the pearl, and that was even worse because you lost everything. Okay, so for now, we can give ring to Tingale. Oh, we've got to be way over here, do we? Alexander holds out his insignia ring to the Nightingale, hoping she perhaps is the Nightingale that Jollo spoke of, and that she might be able to take the ring to Casimir. The ring is the one thing that might alert Casimir to his presence on the Isles. The Nightingale swoops down and grabs the ring from his hand. The Nightingale flies off towards the castle with the ring. Where might she be taking it? I think I might have to send her a rose as well. It's been a while since I played this, even the SCI version. Never played this one, obviously. Sing Sing, what have you got in your mouth, my pretty? A gold ring, Sing Sing? Where did you get this? Realm of Daventry. But this is Alexander's ring. Oh, my soul, he must be here. Sing Sing, I wish you could tell me what you've seen. Is he really here, then, on this very island? Oh, if only you could leave this castle as easy as you. Take this ribbon, Sing Sing. If you know where he is, return it to him. Please be careful, Alexander. It is so dangerous, and yet I could not wish you away. Okay. So we get the ribbon. I can't remember if we get the ring back. The Nightingale has returned from her flight with Alexander's ring. She drops something red at Alexander's feet. Right. Take ribbon. It is a red velvet hair ribbon. The bird must have taken Alexander's ring to someone who sent back this ribbon in return. Could it possibly be? Dare he hope that the someone is Casimir herself? If only it could be so, sigh. If we look at the ribbon, we should have a hair in it. The hair ribbon is made of soft red velvet. There is a strand of black hair caught in the ribbon. Could it be Casimir's? Alexander pockets it. Excellent. Now we'll give the poem to the Nightingale. Alexander holds out the love poem, hoping the bird will deliver it to the same place she took the ring, in the chance that the receiver might truly be Casimir. To Alexander's surprise, the Nightingale swoops down and grabs the page from his hand. The Nightingale flies off towards the castle with the poem. Where might she be taking it? Sing Sing, my sweet, you bring me another present. Let me see. It's a poem, Sing Sing. Alright, we'll spare myself from reading this out. Oh, Alexander. I was hoping he'd return to you. Take this to him while he waits. Hurry, my fleet one. The Nightingale has returned from her flight with Alexander's poem. She drops a piece of parchment at Alexander's feet. It's a note. Dearest Alexander, I cannot believe you're here, my friend. Please, please be careful. Abdul isn't about to let anyone interfere with his plans. Watch out for Abdul's genie, Alexander, and do not do anything rash. I am not without resources, and I will prevail if I can only find some small means of defence. Do nothing to try and get me. You must not be endangered again for my sake. Greatly in your family's debt, Casimir. Alexander's hand trembles as he reads the note. For the first time in a long search, he has heard her voice again, if only in writing. No words of love, only friendly concern. Friend, is the maiden merely shy, or does she regard him only as a brother? We will never know until later in the game. Okay, let's have a look at our inventory. Did we lose our ring? So book, rabbit's foot, map, nightingale, flag feather. Okay, so our ring is gone. Good. Maybe this will fix the bug with the pawn shop, because it was getting in a loop basically. So you trade the pearl, and that was fine. Then you try and trade the nightingale, and it thought you'd try and trade the ring, and then you'd lose the ring and get the pearl back, but the nightingale would also be lost. So then you couldn't trade for the flute or any of the other stuff. But now that we don't have the ring, in theory, that loop can't happen. However, I can't be sure until we try. Good day. So let's just save it again here, just so I don't have to keep walking if this doesn't work. Worst case scenario, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to load this game up into DosBox on a new machine and get past it. So let's go trade. So all we've got is the magic map. And that's it. So we don't have a ring. So let's go nightingale. Come on, nightingale. Yes. Would you mind if I traded this in? Okay. Certainly not. Please choose an item in exchange for those on the counter. All right. So it appears it's a bug with the game. Probably not with the old computer. So I think the next one we're going to need is the flute, if I recall correctly. I'll take the flute. Very good, sir. Enjoy the flute. Remember, always take it back in trade. So yeah, if that trade interface stopped working at this point, we would be done. You can't finish the game without swapping the items. Now I think we need to get the hole in the wall before we go too much further, because we need that on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. The flute, if I recall correctly, is used to get the garden to dance over on the Isle of Wonder. Also parallel to this, we've got to think about the Isle of the Beast. Now to get past the arrow though, we need the shield, which is from the catacombs on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. So we're still a way off there. So let's go get our hole in the wall. Use map. Alright, so we want to go to the Isle of Wonder. So yeah, the pawn shop bug, I'm surprised it didn't come up in early testing or going get a fan game. I don't know how much testing was done. But if you play it through an exact sequence, you probably won't ever get the bug, because you'll go in, you'll still have the nightingale, and you'll need that to attract Sing Sing. So you'll trade the pearl first and then theoretically leave and then give the ring to Sing Sing. So yeah, I don't know. Weird. Now, if I recall correctly here, there should be a teacup, although maybe the teacup only arrives once we've got the stuff in play to do the optimal ending. So let's play the flute. So we're going to get close to the wallflowers and the snapdragons. May I have this dance? Oh my, tee-hee. Oh, the sound turned off. That's strange. Okay. Alexander stops playing the flute, but the wallflowers and the snapdragons continue to dance, caught up in the music and oblivious to everything around them. Let's just turn the sound back on. Oh, strange. Is it an S for sound? Oh, that's weird. Hang on, let me just quickly save this. So I don't remember turning the sound off, but maybe I did something weird. So F1 is help. I thought there was a shortcut key for sound as well as a menu item, but the fact doesn't show up. F2, there we go, sound on. That's strange. Don't know why that happened. Anyway, I'm sure we just missed out a little bit of a musical thing with the flute, so nothing too crazy. Oh, looks like it's a timed event, so lucky you get to hear it again. Flute. There we go, all the PC speaker glory. Alright, so they keep dancing, so we've got to do this quickly. Alright, so we've got the hole in the wall. Now that's vital when we're doing the catacombs on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. Without that, we are utterly done, because you won't be able to see the beast. Well, I guess it's a beast. Whatever the thing is that's captured the Winged One's daughter. Now, I'm just trying to think, what else do we need when we go over there for the catacombs? We need the tinderbox, because we need to see what we're doing. We need that hole in the wall, because we need to be able to obviously look through it so we can see the beast / whatever it is. I don't think we need anything else, because... Oh no, we need the red scarf to actually act as a like a flag. And that way, I think is it like a minotaur or a bull or something? And that way it runs towards the red flag and into the abyss. I'm pretty sure that's all we need. Okay. So, let's use the map. Now, they're kind of nice to you. If you don't have everything you need on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, when you get captured, they do let you go back and you can go and trade before you get started. But it's a lot quicker if you've got everything you need to begin with. Now, as I said, I've never played this version before, but I have played the actual King's Quest VI SCI. The only thing I might cheat with, if you want to call it cheating, is I might look up a guide to the catacombs in a minute, just because you're not going to want to watch me stumbling around the catacombs for 20-30 minutes not knowing where I'm going. And I'm making a big assumption here because the catacombs may not be mapped out the same as King's Quest VI original. But I'm going to guess, given how true to form this is at the moment, they're going to be identical. So I'm just going to save this again, just in case this interface stuffs up. So we're going to trade. We're going to trade the, where is it? Flute. Oh, here we go again. Okay, let's try to trade the map. Oh, what did I do to... Well, now the flute's going to appear. Oh, damn. So yeah, this is a real bug for this game. I thought I had it fixed, but you can see now that I've traded the flute. There is no flute here anymore. And that's an issue, because then we can't take anything. It keeps fixating on this map. Okay. I'm going to restore the game back to here. And I'm going to play around with this until I get it right. So stand by. Okay, everyone, and we're back again. So, basically I played around with this for a fair bit, restoring the game, trying to trade the flute, it wouldn't work. I tried to trade the map back, just to kind of get rid of the map out of my inventory before I traded the flute. That did something very weird in terms of it traded me back for the ring, which I'd given to Casimir. So, that obviously isn't right. What ended up fixing it was I actually had to quit the game completely, and then reload it, and then for some reason it now is working. So I don't know if quitting the game or it was just random or what it was, but I've now got the tinderbox, which is good, and we'll move on from here. I think it probably was actually quitting the game that fixed it, because there may be some sort of register in the game engine that was set when you do something. And then, I don't know, I would have thought restoring would fix all that up, but definitely quitting the game to DOS and reopening it seems to have fixed it. So let's venture on. Okay. So sound is still on, which is good. Still don't know why that turned off. Maybe I hit the key by mistake, but I doubt it because it's the F2 key, which is not really that close to escape, so who knows. All right, here we are on the beach. So let's use map. Let's go to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. Oh, we've got these logic cliffs. I'd forgotten about this. Well, let's see how painful this is going to be. Let's read the sign. There appears to be something etched in the face of the cliff. Alexander decides to look closer. Ignorance kills, wisdom elevates. Now I think this has got to be rise. So let's go for R. I. S. I don't know if it matters which E you choose, but let's go for that one. Huge blocks of stone erupt from the granite cliffs. I was kind of hoping when I started playing this that this would have been deleted from it, because this is painful. Oh, I've got a feeling it's going to be painful. Also, I don't remember what the answer to the others were. I know when you get to the land of the dead, the answer's love to that one. But let's see if I can wing it. I've got a feeling that the others had symbols, though, which was like a copy protection thing. Alexander stares with wonder. That's quite a way to welcome a guest, if indeed it is a welcome. All right. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully this is automated. Oh man. Had to do this. This is not terrible, but it is a bit tedious. Okay. I guess it would be a faithful fan remake if it didn't have some sort of Sierra tedium to it. Alexander continues to climb upward. So it looks like we are definitely going to have... Oh, come on. That was totally in the range. Oh, I don't think I saved it either, did I? Oh, fantastic. Back to the land of the dead. Alright, where did I last save it? Oh, crap. Okay, so I didn't save it after I traded the flutes. This is probably not going to work. Yep, it's busted. Okay. Stand by again, everyone. Let's get this fixed. Okay, and we're back. So, long story short, what I had to do was quit the game, restore to the point where I was basically about to trade the flute, which then works, and then I've come back to here. So, it appears that the trade interface will work once, and then it will break until you actually quit out the game to DOS and then load it back in again, which I guess is doable. I'm just worried that we're going to get to a point after this and we won't be able to actually continue any further because it might break irreparably. My plan for that though is worst case, I can get a modern machine running DosBox, hopefully open up the save and then get past it, but I'd rather not have to do that. However, here we are on the logic cliffs. Got to be very careful to make sure I get this dead center because it seems to be quite angry and kick us off the cliffs otherwise. Okay. Oh, come on. I didn't do anything. Yep, this truly is a faithful remake of a Sierra game. Alright. I'm not sure if that's because I tried to start typing read sign. But maybe? I don't know. Okay, let's get past here yet again. Okay. Restore. 15. So I was about to save it just as we got to that sign. It looks like I'm going to have to start from scratch. So to save you from the tedium yet again, I will cut this and I'll come back when we're there. Okay, I figured out where I went wrong. If you press any key except enter on the arrow, so if I tried to start typing read sign, he'll just fall off the cliff. So you've got to use the arrow physically to go up and then hit enter on the sign. Okay. I will need to look this up and get back to everyone. So stand by. Okay, so I did a bit of a look up and I believe the answer to this one is saw. So we need to go to the thing from the manual. I think, oh, this is hard because these don't quite look the same. I'm not sure if it's, okay, so that has straight things. Oh, this is probably going to end in death. I think it's this one, but it also could be the one on sort of the middle-ish right. Let's go for that one. It's got a solid brick. S. Then we need O, which is going to be, the thing looks like a face. That one. Then A, which is like a box thing with the crosshair, I think. Oh man, it's either this one or this one up here with this thing. I'm going to go with that one. Then we're going to go for R for saw, which is going to be the open box one, which is this one. Did I get it? No. Oh man. Okay, let's see if we can muddle along here. Jeez, it's almost a part in itself just playing the Cliffs of Logic. Sorry viewers, this bit's a bit boring, but once we get to the top, yeah, hopefully it gets easier. Okay, so I think first thing we're going to do a save. Well, let's hope that these don't fall out from under us because I got the answer wrong. Doesn't look like it. So for those who are curious, the Cliffs of Logic puzzle basically is identical to the original by the look of this. The answers to it, many people just went to hint books or to walkthroughs to do, but the answers are actually in the official documentation if you read the history of the land. Now it may well be in that book that we found next to the castle earlier on in part 1, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we'll have a look later on. Okay, one last sign from what I remember. And this one you have a series of buttons you have to press, which wasn't too bad. But yeah, in the original game, if you just read the book that came with it, it gave you little hints like, you know, with that one there, the answer was saw before. It said something like, you know, someone must saw to do something. And then you just use the translator guide. Okay. Probably should have saved it before this, but let's go to the handy dandy thing. Okay, so 412 apparently. So 4, 1, 2. For those of you still watching this, even though it's exceedingly boring, thank you very much. While you're there, drop down in the comments if you've played this yourself. It is available freely on the web. And if you've played it in DosBox, is it any faster in terms of the loading time of these bricks coming out the wall? Because this seems to take forever. I'm not sure if that's because my machine's slow or it's just DosBox handles it faster, because I believe the developer did all of this on a modern machine, not an old machine. Because I did see somewhere on the internet, there was a post saying, curious if this works on old hardware, which is what triggered me to think, well, that'd be fun, do a playthrough. Now, I think there's one more of these things, unfortunately, up the top here. I'm not going to risk it, so I'm going to save it. Should be fine. And here we go. In some ways this is easier than the mouse-based one because you've got a bit of time to sort of think about it and tap the keys, which is good, I guess. Alright, last sign. Before we do this though, definitely going to save it because translating these symbols is quite difficult with the low resolution. Alright, so Sacred 4. So again... So it should be, according to my little guide here, what have we got? Tranquility, Azure, Caterpillar, and Air. Tranquility, Azure, Caterpillar, and Air. Tranquility, Azure, Caterpillar, and Air. Okay. Tranquility. Oh man, the symbol guide's hard. Where is Tranquility? Alright, to save you from the absolute boredom of me just rambling on here, I'm going to pause this, and when I get to the top of the, or the next puzzle we'll call it, we'll come back. Okay, so stand by. Okay, I think I've got it. So it should be the castle, the face, the caterpillar zigzaggy thing, and the snake. Oh yeah. Okay. So if you're using this as a bit of a walkthrough guide, that's great. You can just do exactly what I just did there. If not, have a look at the documentation and see what the reference is, and then you'll find it's actually quite straightforward. They don't make it too cryptic. The hardest part is interpreting the symbols from the documentation to the lower res symbols on here, which even in the King's Quest VI SCI version was kind of tricky. So always save it if you're not sure, because if you get it wrong, you just fall to your death immediately, from what I remember, which is not fun. So let's just give this another save, and unfortunately there is one more of these. So save on the tedium, we're going to cut yet again, and we're going to get to the next one and go from there. Try again. And we're back at the last puzzle. So this one here is quite straightforward. The answer is, again, it's in the text, but it is ascend. So A, S, C, E, N, D. Now, that should be the last of them, finally. So yeah, this part, a bit tedious, and by my clock, we've spent almost 15 minutes trying to climb this cliff, although that includes me having to go look things up. So hopefully on the edit, it's a bit less than that. If it's not, again, thank you so much for, I guess, staring at the screen, just watching me click on these round granite boulder things. Hopefully now we can get right to the top, and then we don't have to be doing this ever again. Actually, I better save it, lest I now fall, which would be pretty sad. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 10 of these. 8. Oh, that's close. 9. Oh, there we go. Please be the top. Oh, thank goodness. Alexander finds himself finally, now the word finally cannot be exaggerated enough here, at the top of the cliffs. Exhausted, he steps over the lip of the plateau and stands. Why do you make such an effort to climb the cliffs, young man? The winged ones who live on this island have the power of the flight. You can have it too if you'd only eat the berry from this magical flying nightshade bush. Wow, that old woman really zips around. It's obviously that's the genie. You can tell by the eyes. See, the sweet berries will make you float like a petal on the wind. Try some. No thanks. I will, however, save the game. And then time is really moving on now. I think we're going to leave it right here. All we've got to do basically to get into the catacombs is walk up the path towards the mountain. We'll get basically, I guess, held captive briefly by the winged ones, who accuse us of stealing something or something like that. I can't remember exactly. We get one chance of freedom, which is basically to rescue their daughter from the catacombs. So we're going to cover that in part 3 of this playthrough. Thanks again for sticking around for the Cliffs of Logic. That was exceedingly boring, but we got there in the end. All right, I will catch you on the next one. See you later.